We got the man of the hour here with a hat that is just slightly too small for his head. And I don't know if he'll ever really realize it. February 11th? Wow, is that an important date at all in anybody's life? That's right. It's the national holiday of Molokai, Pom Pom's birthday. So definitely going all out there, for sure. A lot of birthdays just in the, winter. God, it's like all of our birthdays are really saturated towards change your outfit. God, what are you doing coming out of the house like that? First and foremost, we gotta change. And then we should probably, I don't know, maybe take down the Christmas shit. Finally? God, I was really clinging. You know how when you have so many clothes in your closet and you're like, I have nothing to wear. It's like me in every situation ever, virtual and real life. For real, I feel like I'm always buying clothes and then I'm like, I just don't have any clothes. It's probably fine. Maybe we'll do black jeans or something. Yeah, you know what? Just keep it simple, honestly. Yeah, this is fine. This is fine. But yeah, we're gonna take down some of this Christmas shit, finally. Much as it pains me to do so, we gotta do it. Go celebrate Pom Pom's birthday, which, by the way, why don't we actually, I don't know, find her a fucking present, maybe, possibly? What am I gonna give this bitch? What do you give to the girl who has it all, you know? I just don't want her to replace her ring, so I don't think we should give her any accessories, you know? Yeah, let's try to give her, let's give her a fashion item of some sort. You know, like I give her every single fucking day of her life. Okay, how about one of these, maybe? She would look cute in that. Maybe I'll give her that. Yeah, so clearly we've got a lot of work to do around here. That is for sure. Hi, Marina. What's going on? What's the latest? Has it been a while, really? It has not been that long. We'll see at the last minute if they have anything in here that she would like. And then I also... Oh, God. Horrifying. Is this a dream? God, he's like Freddy Krueger in that shit, right? It's like one of the worst mistakes in my life is giving him that sweater. He looks like Freddy Krueger. And then I can probably answer some questions too while we do all this bullshit. Nook twins, get the hell out of my way. Thank you. Y'all should know by now. When I walk in, y'all should be fucking scrambling to get the hell out of my way. Because if anything, a lot of the time I'm looking for an excuse. It's not been that long. Okay, Zucker, that's so great, buddy, but I gotta go. It's my best friend's birthday. And she's probably mad at me because apparently I've been gone for so long. No fucking way. Pom Pom, what the hell are you doing entertaining this man? Imagine that. Oh, the best man. Yeah, the best man. What, did Pierce go out to get the pizza? Pierce must have stepped out to get the pizza and you got the best man here with everybody. How nice. We love to see it. Yep, Goose. He's everybody's favorite guy. Everybody loves Goose. I love having folks come over to hang out and have fun. And this time, it's my birthday we're celebrating. I was so excited I couldn't even sleep last night. I know. You were texting me at 4 a.m. And also, I was kind of excited to see what present you brought me. After all, you know me so well. That's true. Happy birthday. I think you're gonna like this. It's very cute. Goose, get the hell out of here. He's so nosy. He's like, what'd you get, Pom Pom? What did she get you? A sweater dress? I knew you'd get me something great. I'll take good care of it. Thanks so much for celebrating my birthday with me. I'll totally never forget it. Yeah, no, Sam, this is such an unforgettable scene. Look at Goose. He's never looked worse. Never. Not in his whole life. Pom, you look great, though. I love the hat. I think it's so quirky. So silly. Party time. That's what time it is. Yeah, we'll just wait for your bachelorette party. Goose, the glasses. You're an embarrassment, okay? Anyway, I'll check in later. I love you. You know I love you. Maybe we'll just hang out just let me know when Goose leaves, honestly, is what I'm saying. Basically, I'll be back, yeah. No, I get it. You gotta play nice, but okay, give me this. Goose, out of all people, Goose. Guess it makes sense since he's the best man. You know, it's just still to this day having a hard time believing it. So yeah, we're just gonna kind of start cleaning up after Christmas, finally. Taking off, oh yeah, I gotta give everybody a new wreath and shit. You know, I had to do it. Except for Sherb. Sherb doesn't participate in anything that normal people do. Yeah, so I'm just kind of running around seeing what kind of needs to be done. Obviously, lots of weeds to work with over on the right there. I'm high-key, not even ready to face it yet. I also always forget about this area here. Always. I never come over here. Should I try to do something else with that? It's such a dead space. But then again, I mean, I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot more I can do. You know, I'm always like, I don't have any room on my island. But like, yes, I do. He keeps sending threatening messages. I don't get it. I got you a thing, Glitter. I wanted to surprise you with a thing. So I bought you a thing and sent it to you because I wanted you to have it. Now you have the thing. I sent it to you. Enjoy it. It's your thing now. Yay. What is it, a fucking ancient curse? Jesus, you like the thing? It's probably somebody's hands. Like both of their hands severed. Somebody's hands. God. Tricycle? That is some saw-ass shit. Okay, Billy the puppet. Yeah, that is some saw shit right there. Yeah, he rode that in to a room before killing someone. That is the sherbiest ass shit I've ever heard of in my life. I'm disposing of this right away. I gotta do so much to do. What do we even do with my house? Obviously the floor can stay the same. I love this wallpaper. I'm gonna miss it so much. It's like one of the prettiest wallpapers in the world, right? I love it. I'm gonna miss this over here. So cute. So cute. What wallpaper is even gonna measure up? You know I'm boring. You know that. We've established that I'm boring, so it'll probably be something boring. I like have nothing, actually. That's so great. Love that. Love that I have nothing available to me. Love that so much. Like, what wallpaper did I even have before? Like, where is it? Where the hell is the wallpaper I was using before? I think it was like a tea room or something. Amanda, did you like hawk it? That's the kind of shit I do. That do be some shit I do. Yeah, I hate this, but I'm just gonna have to order something. Like, what did my house even look like before everything changed? Everything fucking changed when the Fire Nation attacked. The Fire Nation being Christmas. That is like not a good spot for that though, Amanda. Yes, it is. No, it's not. Yes, it is. No, it's not. I don't know. That's for now, okay? I'll probably end up putting something decorative there. What's the special goods? Y'all really came through for me. Remember when I was like, I can't find any of the New Year's stuff, you guys. It's just like not in my shop. I totally forgot this thing even existed. Amanda, remember, do not place too many orders where you can't get anything that you need. Dom, I bet Goose would love that. And Pierce. Okay, let's take a look. And then why even show me? I think it's insulting. Why even show me the shit I can't buy right now? That's my question. For my living room, let's think here. What did it used to look like? I think it was great the way that it was. I don't know why I like these dark colors. I think I want it to be a little lighter. I want it to be on the light side, yeah. Let's see here. You know, I feel like I could do something simple and then really, really play it up with like the right kind of decorations, you know what I mean? Because the lighter colors really make it look so much bigger. Sahara, I need you. Actually, Sahara ends up bringing shit that, even though I think it's cool, it's all, y'all know it's the shit I'll never use. Y'all know that. Everybody knows it but me. I'm like, Sahara, I bet you would bring me stuff that I love. This is the shit Sahara brings. I'm like, oh, if only Sahara was here to bring me something, you know, I could use for my house. And then this is the type of shit Sahara brings. And I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking use this, you know, for my house. Come on. I should fucking probably get these to watch Sherb. Honestly, maybe we should have, actually, you know what? Maybe we should have a security wall, right? Because like to watch him, like down in the basement. I don't know. That sounds kind of fun, honestly. Because my basement right now, I have no fucking idea what that even is. When's the last time I went down in the basement? Maybe that'd be a fun little project. I don't know. We got a lot to do. So yeah, let's see what we got for now in terms of wallpaper. I already have the yellow one, you dumb bitch. You already have half the shit that you ordered. God, I'm sorry. I'm blaming it on, now I have this new thing where I'm like, it's COVID brain. Because I had COVID, for those of you who don't know. I'm starting to finally kind of get my groove back. It was actually pretty scary for a while there. Do I even like that? But, and I'm still definitely not out of the woods yet. But yeah, I got it. Like, I actually don't have no idea where or how I got it because I've been nothing but safe. Ooh, I already have the security monitor wall. Holy shit, that's so cool, right? Maybe we should do like the basement, like a security system. Wouldn't that be cool? Is it like a secret club or something? Amanda, just be reckless for once in your life. Come on. Come on. I already have this one too, and I think I ordered it. You guys, this is this is what I live with every day. It's not cute. It's just not cute. I love that, but it's so fucking extra. You know what? I'm even thinking I want to put it in my bathroom. I don't know. I'm just my perspective on so much is different now. No, I'm pretty sure I hate it. But this one. Hate that for sure. Hate it, I think. No, but yeah, I got COVID 2.5 weeks ago, I think, or something. Let's just put this one up for now. Why am I putting it in my pockets? Stop it. Get some help. Yeah, we'll just use this one for now. And then we'll just kind of try to hunt for, I guess, wallpapers too, because I am not happy with anything anymore. I got COVID 2.5 weeks ago. And I don't know, I guess, you think that, I don't know, I knew a lot of people who had it, so I was scared. Of course, I didn't want it. I mean, my aunt, as you guys know, died from it. So I was aware that it's definitely a pretty big deal. Even if you feel like it isn't, it is. And my aunt was pretty healthy too. And so there was a few nights, this is kind of dark, but there was a few nights where I actually, because Matt, of course, was quarantining. He was sleeping. Oh, that window fucks everything up. You know what? I don't need a TV anyway. I don't watch. When's the last time I watched TV? Today? Yes. No, there was a few nights that I guess this probably sums it up better than I could in terms of talking about the experience. There's a few nights that I had to ask Matt. I would tell him, hey, I'm a little nervous about how I feel tonight. It's a little bit on the more difficult side to breathe. I've had an O2 sensor. What the hell are you doing out here? And your fiance's in there with Goose. Really? On her birthday? Whatever, y'all knock yourselves out. I think he's gathering berries or something to make her a cake because he's a himbo. Anyway, there was a few nights where I had to be like, hey Matt, I just don't, I'm scared. I'm scared to go to sleep. Because if I actually could sleep, because I was coughing so much. It was something, I can't even really explain it, but it's a few nights that I was having a hard time breathing. And so I would be like, hey, can you just if you think of it, can you come in and check on me throughout the night? Because I'm just afraid. I don't know. I'm just afraid I'm going to die in my sleep or something. Because that's how rough it was, and that's how scared I was. It was because I've had it really bad. I thought, it was going to be just a quick little thing. Because that's what so many people say. They say, oh, I didn't even feel it. I was asymptomatic. It's fine. It was boring. But for me, I feel like I really have been kind of fighting this thing, for real. And that's obviously a really scary thing. And so just a lot of coughing and coughing and coughing and coughing. So much coughing that, I would cough until I got sick, and I would just keep on coughing and it was just nothing coming up, and it was keeping me up all night long. My sleep schedule right now is so fucked. I don't even know how I'm ever gonna have it be normal ever again. I just stopped sleeping at night because I was scared, and it got to a point, I was saying, where I was scared to go to sleep, so I wouldn't sleep, and then when I realized, oh, Zal, damn, you got the gray on gray, buddy. You really, really are looking so good. Wow, I'm so impressed. Oh, Amanda, it's been a while, hasn't it? Oh, God. You're still the same old Zal. That's good to know. It's been 4 days, buddy. Come on. Wow, I can't believe that you're still the same old Zal 4 days later. See how Kyle's doing. Jeez. I did give him a couch. I wonder if he put it up. Sorry, I'm all over the place. Wait, why am I even apologizing for that? That's why you're here at this point. And if it's not, it will be. Oh, wow. So he put the couch up, which I'm very proud of, but there's the bed. That's great. Maybe if I give him a bed now, he'll replace that one. Hi. What's up, cutie? Aw. Where's Jeremy? Where is he? He went off to college? Our son went off to college. Jeremy went off to college. He's a big boy now, so he went off to college. Kyle, I'm gonna find you a bed, buddy. And maybe you'll replace the boxes. And then you'll have a couch and a bed. Wouldn't that be amazing? Zal, I can't get over the outfit today. The drip. It's typical Zal. It really is. Anyway, so yeah, that was scary. And so right now I'm kind of nocturnal, honestly. I've been sleeping mostly through the day and then staying up all night. And it started out as, honestly, that's how this thing really is. It almost seems like it's very, I don't know, dramatic, but I wonder if I should put this over here. Maybe put this here so you can actually see the nice fire, the roaring fire. Put this here. Maybe put this back over here. I don't know. But yeah, no, it was actually pretty horrifying experience. And I'm still kind of in that stage right now where basically the long short of it is that, I thought I could ride it out at home, just like everyone else. And don't think this is like I'm so quirky. I don't like going to the hospital. Like, obviously nobody likes going to the hospital. So anyway, yeah, I went to the doctor and they were like, you're young. And right now I would say that you're doing good. It's good that you finally feel a little bit better, because at the time I was starting to feel just a tiny bit better. And they were like, but it is concerning that you are feeling so shitty. So they did some chest x-rays, and my lungs, they're very, very aggravated to the point where they are concerned. It wasn't just like oh, this is just a COVID thing. It was definitely like okay, so yeah, your lungs are really, really upset with the fact that you have COVID, which is, again, more or less what I expected. I had been coughing so much, and the kind of coughing, like I was saying, it keeps you up all night. It takes everything out of you, knocks the wind out of you. I couldn't breathe. It made me feel like I was being just ravaged. My entire body. It's like you're coughing with every ounce of yourself. I felt like I was pulling muscles. At one point I was like, I think I have a hernia. I think I gave myself a fucking hernia because I was coughing so hard, and that was hurting my lungs so bad. And so I was like, oh my God, my lungs are killing me. I really hope that this isn't messing them up forever. And so they're like, it's probably just because you have been really you've been coughing so much. It's like a coughing, the theme of your COVID experience has been coughing. But your lungs are a little bit less awesome looking than we would hope for someone your age and someone who's had it as long as you. So we're going to send you to a specialist. So I'm going to a pulmonologist next week, but I am starting to feel better. They put me on a Z-Pack and steroid and all that stuff. And I think that this probably the medicine mostly making me feel better, but also, this thing's got to have run its course too. I'm really hoping, because right now I feel so much better than I did just 2 days ago. And I'm very much right now oh, it's just the medicine. I still have this. And the only reason I'm saying that is just because it felt like it was gonna be the rest of my life. I've been out of work for 2 weeks, and I just feel like literally I've been bedridden. I've been in a bed. I would say maybe 5 days ago, I woke up and I was feeling good-ish. So I was like, hey, I want to take the dogs out and just to go potty. I'm not even going to take them for a walk. I'm just taking them down the stairs to go to the bathroom, just because I want to go the fuck outside, for a second. Obviously being careful not to be around anybody, and just going outside really quick. By the time I was back up the stairs, I was completely winded. I was just couldn't breathe. It was awful. And I was like, if that's going to be the way that my life is now, because I'm a pretty active person, I was like, oh my God, I can't live like this. What the hell? And so today I actually was able to go out with my dogs on a walk again, very secluded, just down the street and back. And I was able to do it. So that was exciting. I felt really good about walking, because it's just been so fucking long since I've done anything, since I've driven, since I've walked, since I've done anything. One of the weirdest situations of my life. Played a lot of Stardew Valley. I read so much Junji Ito, which I've been meaning to reread a lot of those. And yeah, I've just been trying to get through this thing. But it's tough, and it's not something that you're going to be exempt of, even if you're young, I'm totally healthy. I have no underlying conditions. I've never had breathing issues. I've never, ever, ever, ever had issues like this before in my life. And it just randomly decided to be you know what? This bitch seems like she needs some excitement in her life. I think we're going to give her the COVID 3000, just because, I don't know. It was just weird. It's still weird, but I do feel like I am on the come up. I feel like I am past the worst of it for sure. I mean, if it gets any worse than having to have your husband come in and check to make sure you're not dead. And again, we monitored, my oxygen. So it wasn't like my oxygen levels were ever dangerously low, and we didn't go to the hospital, because Matt is he was on top of it. God, he is such an amazing, it's just made me realize kind of how good I have it, how lucky I am to have him, because he was so on top of it, and he was so on top. He's the reason that I'm feeling as good as I am. I don't know, he's just been amazing. And I don't even know how I would have gotten through this without him being as amazing as he is. Just can't imagine somebody not having a supportive partner through something as scary as this. But I'm hoping that the worst of it is behind me, I hope. But enough of that COVID talk. I want to get to some of these questions. I love answering y'all's questions. Okay, Macca, you asked, sometimes I feel like you're a very old soul, and I'm starting to think that you're a time traveler. I love that. Thank you. I take that as a very magnificent compliment. Wow, time traveler. That's the coolest thing you could be. We're all time travelers, though. We're all traveling through time, We're going from like this second to the next, it's never mind. If you could live in any time, year, or era, what would be your first choice? It's a great question. And what I'm going to say is going to be so boring and so not fun at all, but it is the truth. I actually feel like this is so weird because I'm always the type of person that's like, the grass is always greener. I bet there's something cool happening somewhere else. I hate it here. But I really feel like I would pick this one, this time that I'm in right now. I don't know. I feel like this sense of, even though I'm not religious and I'm very analytical person, I still can't help but feel this sense of like I am in the right place at the right time type deal. I mean, there's cool things about like all different types of eras, but I can't look past all of the shitty shit that was there too, that we've gotten rid of. Like I feel like we live in a time where, I mean, obviously, the sooner you live in the future, I guess, like, I don't even know how to describe that. Like, we're more advanced now than we were before, and that's always how it is. Like, I don't know, I just feel like living in a time where, like, there's so many innovations, like, there's so many things that I could get tomorrow, and in another time, there wouldn't be a cure for, and I would die. Whereas today, you will survive. Obviously, there's been so much progress with, like, social issues that I don't want to live in a time where those things are happening. Even just in the last like decade, there's been so much progress. Like I just genuinely have no interest in living in a time where it's like not legal to like where gay marriage isn't legal, or like, where women can't vote and shit, and where like there's just like, yeah, like civil rights are still like not afforded to everyone, which is, we're still working on it. But I feel like we really do live in a really exciting time. And maybe that's why I, as a time traveler, because I am one, I feel like this is why I came to this time, because it's the best one. Yeah, it's definitely having like a pandemic right now. But I don't know, I just feel like this is like such an exciting time in general of like change and of like, I guess like in many ways, whether I like it or not, I'm kind of like a spiritual person, where I'm like, oh, the universe. Like, I don't know why I feel that way. Because again, if you tell me, oh, no, science said that's not true, I'll be like, oh, okay, science said, okay, then it's not true. So I don't know what I think. I feel like it's just such an exciting, cool time to be alive. I'm like really excited to see what we discover and learn in my lifetime, because just the things that I've seen, like when we first got a computer, when my family first got a computer, it was like nobody knew how to use it. It was like this big box, and it just was so, like the video games I used to play from then to now, it's going so much faster than ever before. So it's exciting because I don't know, I feel like we are in terms of innovations, things happen so much faster. Like it's really an exciting time to be alive. Like I feel like we're gonna see some really cool shit in our lifetime. Like seriously, I'm psyched. I'm psyched. I think it's going to be really cool. I just feel like this is the coolest time to be alive. I honestly do. I really feel bad for people who like lived in a different time. I do. Because like we just have so many, we're just popping off. Like for better or worse, honestly. Like, I mean, it's probably going to be Terminator. I'm not going to lie. Like Elon Musk right now, he's freaking me out, y'all. I think he said something about how he had a monkey playing video games with his mind. First and foremost, y'all know I fucking hate to hear that, Elon. A monkey? Can you stop? And apparently they're being nice to the monkey and he likes playing the video games, but I hate that. Animal testing, I will like eat your fucking eyeballs in front of you for doing that. I don't want to eat your eyeballs. I would rather do anything else but that's the first thing that came to my mind. And it just seems brutal enough because that's what I just fucking hate that he's doing that. But like the whole Neuralink thing, like they're really gonna make us into cyborgs, you guys. But then it might make it so that we can live for 300 years. Like I have no fucking idea what is gonna happen, y'all. And I feel like, what are we gonna do? Teleportation and shit? And like, is it gonna make it so we can go through wormholes because we don't have our physical bodies and they aren't gonna get ripped apart? And then we're gonna find like other civilizations. We might find aliens. They might come and say hi and hang out. I don't even know. Like at this point, there are so many things that have happened just again in like one person's lifetime that have been like, it is so rapid. It's not even funny. Like it took us hundreds of years to do one cool thing. Like, oh, the Industrial Revolution. Whoa. Oh, they invented cars. And then like, that was it. Like, I feel like, there was just like a lot of boring shit, but now it's just like, oh my God, left and right. We're just doing cool shit everywhere. And I just feel like it's going to be so crazy for better or worse. Again, like I don't want us to lose our humanity. I don't want us to become like machines. Obviously, I don't want the machines to take over the world, which you guys heard it here first. I really don't trust all these robots, but I do like the idea of like, you know, I feel like with the more technology we get, the less people are going to die of stuff like cancer, or like, you know, you'll be able to preserve your memories better. For like, one of my worst fears is like getting Alzheimer's and losing my memories, because it's like the most precious thing to me in my life is just looking back on my life. Like, and if you don't get that at the end of your life, that is like the worst thing that could ever happen to anyone. I just feel like it's a good time to be alive. I do. I feel like it's a good time right now. The further along you are in the future, the better. That's my opinion. I don't think that there is a better time, because yeah, the 80s were really cool, and like the style and stuff. We can get all that stuff. Like, we're all dressing like we used to in the 90s. That's the best part about being in the future, is that we have access to everything we've ever had in the past too. Whereas if you're in the past, like if I was living in fucking Pompeii, first of all, I hate that I'm about to blow up with a volcano. I'm about to be suffocated by ash and lava. That sucks. Second of all, like, yeah, it's cool, I guess, but we don't know any better, any different. It's only cool because it's different from what we do now. But then we have that stuff. Like, we can go to Pompeii, we can see all the bodies and stuff. What are they? The cast of the bodies. I think that's really cool, actually. Pompeii. I don't think it's cool that they all died in a volcano, but I just remember having a really, here I go, when I was a kid, hearing about Pompeii. It was like, what? That happened? Really? They all died? Every single one, really? Not a single one has survived? Wow. They're all preserved like they were, aren't they? Let's like read facts about Pompeii. Yeah, I don't want to live back then or any of that, because it's just like, you know, if you live in like ancient Rome or ancient Greece, first of all, if you're a woman, rip, it's not a good time. Second of all, you could end up in a fucking gladiator battle. Do you know how hard I would lose? It's like not even funny how hard I would lose. I want to just do like 10 facts about Pompeii. About the Pompeii volcano, because I want to remember 10 facts about Pompeii. I just think that's so cool that happened. It's not cool. Amanda, stop saying it's cool. People died a horrible death in that tragic accident. Mount Vesuvius, like, how cool is that word? Vesuvius. Y'all had to have known that a mountain called Vesuvius was gonna fuck y'all over. That mountain was born to fuck everything up. Mount Vesuvius. Doesn't it have a cool meaning too? Doesn't it mean like mountain that kills everybody or something? Wow. We're gonna do all these facts. Pompeii lies at the base of Mount Vesuvius. That's so cool. The volcano that erupted and destroyed the entire city. It's like an actual volcano too. Like, how cool are volcanoes? A volcano, why does that even exist? Why is that even something that exists? A rock mountain full of lava from the crust of the earth, from the core of the earth or something? Why, I ask. And I guess wait, I feel like I learned about volcanoes once. And volcanoes, they are how the earth's core like lets it out, like all the pressure and stuff, right? And that's why they erupt. The earth's core is all like molten lava and shit. Yeah, so just imagine you're chilling in Pompeii one day and then a volcano fucking explodes. Yeah, it like really killed all of those people. Nobody knows the exact date. Oh my God, yeah, I remember being a kid. I distinctly remember having a textbook and I was like, I want to go there so bad. And I'm just honestly just morbidly curious. I wanted to go there because you can see all the bodies and stuff, or the cast of the bodies. And I was like a weird ass kid who liked shrunken heads and mummies. So of course, it's crazy. So the bodies and stuff that they have little tanks and stuff. I'm looking at it right now. Plenty of bodies were discovered underneath all the ash and pumice left behind the eruption of Mount Vesuvius. Like, everything about that situation is just crazy. It's like the words, like Pompeii, that even sounds like a place that would get blown up by a volcano, doesn't it? And then, yeah, they had like they injected plaster into the gaps where the bodies disintegrated, and it helped them to see the shapes of the people when they were like dying. And that's awful and so dark. And I don't know why I'm talking about this. Did it explode them with lava, or was it all just the ashes? Yeah, I think it was a lot of the ashes. Like, I don't even think it was lava as much. Is there a movie about Pompeii? I just think it's cool. I don't think it's cool. I don't know why I keep saying it's not cool that all these people died. I just think it's cool, and I really, really want to go there someday and just see it. It's like a ruined city. Pompeii. How cool. It got ruined. It got all ruined. Ooh, Audrey, this is perfect. Audrey asked, what's another ancient civilization that you're fascinated with other than ancient Egypt? For me, it's definitely ancient Greece. They were wild and we're still influenced by them to this day. Also, the mythology. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Yes, Audrey. I have just such a big love for ancient civilizations. And it's kind of funny going back to like Macca's question. I think it's so cool that it's so different. Where am I going again? What am I doing? Ancient civilizations. Yeah, I'm super into them, but I think it was a bad time to be alive for most of those people. I mean, they had short lifespans. They went like ancient Greece, so fucking cool. I think it would be amazing. That's the thing with time traveling. That's why I love being a time traveler. Is that I feel like it would be so cool to visit for like one day, but then even if you do, I've never actually watched Outlander, is that what it's called? But I know the premise and I know that they get themselves into a lot of trouble because they know how to do shit that makes them look like witches and stuff, you know, because they're like modern medicine, that's what they'll do. Like if you try to go in there and tell those people what they ain't ready to hear, they're gonna burn you at the stake and shit, or put you in the gladiator fights. Anybody who didn't fit right the fuck in, you know. So that's why I would be worried about going and visiting because they don't get it and they will just make you be a gladiator. And I think that I would die immediately. I think I would die of a heart attack, in fact, or something, because it's just so scary. Like every time I see that one gladiator mask, the one with the holes and stuff in it in the front, it's like the scary strainer man from the kitchen, from the haunted kitchen. And he's got a strainer, but it's his face. I don't know what's scary about a strainer. I just don't like it. It's like he's got a lot of eyes. Like I would be put into gladiator fights or like, you know, there's just not a lot of rights for people. I feel like Greece was, I don't know, there was a lot of problems obviously, but it was kind of cool. I feel like they weren't like the craziest in terms of that stuff. Like they weren't the most evil, I think, maybe. I mean, they were pretty bad though. Some of those, they were pretty bad. Like all the torture shit they used to do. What the fuck were you? That's why I don't trust any of y'all. Like that's us. Those are our ancestors that used to fucking torture each other and rip each other apart for no reason. They used to invent, like if you look into all the like the old torture devices and stuff, what were we doing? Why? Why was anybody? They used to fucking bring the whole ass family out to the town square to see somebody get beheaded by a guillotine. Are you kidding me? Y'all want to make America great again? Really? Go back, take me back to the old days? What? That's crazy. Like the kids would be on the shoulders of the parents being like, oh my God, look at all the blood. He just beheaded. If you see somebody to get beheaded now and you're a full ass adult, you're well adjusted, never been through anything bad, that'll fuck you up for the rest of your life. But these people were just like, yeah, it's just another Sunday. We're just going to be beheading Tommy tomorrow. That's going to be crazy. Can't believe he stole that bread because he was starving. And now, you know, it's like crazy. So yeah, I again cannot stress enough. I think I'm good with where we are. I just can't believe it. But yeah, no, the Greeks, they had, I just love the mythology, of course. So cool. I wish we could do that kind of creative shit again. How cool would that be? All these stories, because it's so fun to look back and see like why they made that stuff up. Like they made it up to like, you know, like explain the world around them and stuff. And I think that's so cool. You know, it shows kind of the lineage of religions and belief systems and how the science progresses and you can kind of figure out how the rain works and how the seasons work and how the sun works and all that stuff. You don't have to be like, I think it might be a guy, like a big guy up there doing that, like with maybe he's got the light and maybe he's able to hold the lightning bolt and he like when he gets mad he throws them around, you know, like that's kind of how that stuff started because that's all we knew. It's just really cool that they made up such creative stories. You know, it's cool to see all the ruins and all the stuff that they erected. I think one of my favorite civilizations of all time, I love just South American and Central American civilizations. I think my favorite probably is the Incan Empire. So crazy. I want to see all their ruins so bad. Like I find it so cool that we have so many ruins, so many artifacts from them. And like they lived so long ago and yet they did so much. And that's why like a lot of the time we like don't even believe it. We're like, these people built this shit? Are you sure it wasn't like aliens or something? Cause like, are we sure? Like they built it? Like they had been around for so many centuries and they just like made it happen. And it's so cool that those are like, that's the people who came before us. But it's also, again, so crazy. The things they used to do to each other because they were so brutal. They were so brutal. I don't know why humans, I guess we were still like evolving, honestly. Because like nowadays, I feel like we just can't even bring ourselves to like fathom doing the things that we used to do, especially with like the Incans, because they used to, human sacrifice, no problem, all the time, all day, every day, baby, 24/7. Like that's what they did. And they were all like, yeah, that's what you got to do for that one, for that god. And they were into it. They like wanted to be the sacrifice too. They like liked it because I was reading about, have you ever seen that Incan mummy girl? She's so cute. I hate it. It makes my heart aches for her because she's basically, they found this girl and she was frozen in the mountains. And it was 3 of them, 3 children. They were found in Argentina, and they were these little kids that they found in the mountains. Again, they were like in the ice and shit, and they were human sacrifices, but they're still so well preserved that you're able to see that they were like, this like little girl was like 13, and she was, I guess, a few selected children each year would take part in these sacred ceremonies, and they were like they would that was like a great honor for them. Like they wanted to do that. And it's like, what? Like, that's so scary. Wow. But they believed so heavily in what they were doing that they were just like, yeah, like totally want to be sacrificed to Inti. Like you wanted it. You had your fingers crossed, and they're like, okay, we're going to choose the sacrifice now, because they would treat you special. They would like worship you. They gave you feasts, and they put you in all these beautiful headdresses and just ceremonial, and it was a beautiful thing for them, and it was an honor to be chosen to be sacrificed to Inti, the sun god, even though it's like literally you're gonna be sacrificed, and that sucks a lot. And yeah, and then there's like these 3 kids that I guess like they found their mummies, and they're not wrapped up or anything. They're literally, it's kind of awful, and like definitely be warned if you like look it up. It's like they look like just children that died last week, like they are. It's so crazy. And it's like they got so much information from these kids and stuff because they are so well preserved. But it's very sad too, because it's like, I don't know, it's just sad because they were so little and they like had to do all that. And it's crazy that was their parents were probably like, hell yeah, my kids are the ones that got chosen. I'm so proud. Imagine if anybody at this point was doing that. Now we'd be like, stop it, please. We don't care about your customs. You need to stop killing people. But it like meant a lot to them. And I think that, I feel like the Incans, like I'm much more interested in just their architecture, and like all the shit that they built is so cool. Their beautiful art, they're like all of the artifacts, and like it is so cool, the things that those people knew without the type of technology that we have now. Like with the Nazca lines, those people, obviously first and foremost created them from where a human stands, and they're so symmetrical. Like if you're up in a helicopter, like that's how you look at the Nazca line, is you get in a helicopter. You gotta get in a helicopter to go look at them. And it's like, how the fuck did they do that? There must have been a guy like standing on a big mountain directing them or something, because that is like insane. And the coolest part about that is that they think that because they're all facing a certain way, right? They theorize that it's because they wanted it to be seen by like the quote unquote eye of their god. And when there's a solar eclipse, they theorize that like that might have resembled the pupil and iris looking down on the people below, and therefore they created the lines in order for the eye in the sky to view the Nazca lines, which is so fucking cool. Like they ended up getting them, to face that perfect direction, and again, they're like so symmetrical that it's like genuinely scary. That's why like people literally think, like I don't think that this is the case, but that's why like a lot of people literally think that they could not possibly have been made by that early, that those early humans, they had to have been made by fucking aliens. Like for some people there is no better excuse than aliens. It must have been aliens. It had to have been aliens. Like no way people could have done this. I mean, I think that there was just, I don't know, they had so much time to get it right. Yeah, no, but I think that is so cool, the Nazca lines thing. And then just like the Mayans and the Like, we're still to this day being like, yo, Mayans, what's up? How's it looking? How's the future looking? Like, we listen to them still. I think that's so funny. We're like, yeah, they got it. They knew what they were doing. You really think you're cool, don't you? He really does. Look at him. He thinks he's cool. I can hear his AirPods. He's listening to Bet on It from High School Musical 2. He is. He's singing and he thinks he's in the music video. Yep. He got caught. He's mad that he got caught. That's why he stopped. He was listening to Bet on It. I can hear it. I can still hear it, Goose. Yeah, you better switch the song, buddy. Oh, yeah, now it's Bop to the Top. It's not much better, Goose. Wow, he's really listening to the High School Musical soundtrack, both of them. Pierce is not listening to anything. And you know what? That hat makes you look, you have an acorn on your head. It's fine. Himbo. Okay, I'm going to change the day and also my outfit. That look she just gave him, she's like, I'm not the one. Sure, B-boy. You will end up being the victim, I assure you. Not me. And sure, I guess, got the message. Oh, Marina, every day. Ooh, I didn't even talk about the Aztecs. Okay, yeah, no, I'm not done talking about ancient civilizations yet. Clearly. Let's talk about the fact that I love their art. Oh my God. It's scary. It's actually kind of scary. It's very scary, especially because when you find out like what they used to do and stuff. If we thought the Incans were bad, yeah, they were really about human sacrifices, as you probably know. Oh my God, they loved that. But it was important to them, you know? They invented chocolate too, right? And yeah, just so much bloodshed. They were really serious warriors, and oh my God, it says here that they sacrificed 20,000 people a year. Wow. Skinning, dismembering, and decapitation were ritualistic practices, as was ripping out a man's heart while he was still alive. Oh my God. But that was a normal Tuesday for them. They were just like, yeah, we got to rip out Bob's heart tomorrow. And Bob was probably psyched about it, right? Because that's their belief system. They were like, hell yeah. But they played all types of sports and art. Like, this is where humans really came from, and that's why we're so fucked up. It's because like we used to do this shit too, but then thankfully we held on to like the art and the stuff like that. Look at Pierce. What a himbo. Let's just this is like science. This is himbology right here. Himbology. Wow. What a himbo. Himbo in its natural habitat. He has no fucking idea what's going on. No thoughts. Head empty. Head empty. He's got a lollipop. He's twiddling his talons, swinging his arms. He's a big guy. His hat don't fit. He's a himbo. What did he had an idea? You put your lollipop in your pocket? Did you have a first idea ever? You weren't sure what that feeling was? That was an idea. Yeah, looks like your brain is starting to work. Careful, don't think too much. You might be disqualified as a himbo. Yeah, the Aztecs. I should say though, because you know me, I always gotta, like, while their customs were like brutal or whatever, and it's like crazy, I think the worst part, the most heartbreaking part, and the reason, I don't know, I obviously love these civilizations, especially Mesoamerican ones, and the most heartbreaking thing for me with that is that these cultures were stolen from these people by colonizers, and I hate that. You know, it's like these rich 1,000-year-old cultures were just like wiped away by these fucking colonizers. Like the worst, absolutely the most evil people ever to walk the earth. No amount of human sacrifices will ever, it's just not even comparable to the damage and the fucking carnage of colonizers. And that is like the worst human stain of all. Okay, I have 2 new wallpapers. Let's see how these look. Huh. A little bit farmhousey. Is there a white one? Didn't I get a white one too? Oh, I think I like that. With a solid floor. Do I have any solid floors? Okay, so I'm looking at... I'm having like a phenomenon. I'm looking at these paintings from the Aztecs, and it's giving me like a really fucking weird feeling that I need to like express because I feel weird. I think I always feel this way. Like, this is how I feel when I look at like cave paintings and like the Egyptian tombs too. And I want to know if anybody else ever feels this. It gives me a weird feeling. I don't even know how to describe it. It makes me feel like both very uncomfortable and then very like, I don't know, it's like very fascinated, like beyond fascinated. Like, I'm like, I want to see it. I want to see it with my own eyes. Like, I need to know that it's real. Something is so like intimate about art, especially when it's like obviously hand painted. It's not like they had, I don't know why I'm like, it's just, this was hand painted art, as opposed to their iPads, the iPads that they used back in the Aztecs, the tablets. No, like it was just, somebody stood there and made that so many years ago. And the fact that art, I guess it's like the fact that art is so enduring. But yeah, no, I'm looking at this stuff right now. These ones, the Aztec art in particular, make me very uncomfortable, but also it's like awe-inspiring to me. Does anybody get immensely uncomfortable? These faces and stuff, just the fear in their eyes, and like that's just how they saw the world. And like, make no mistake, like I keep saying it's making me uncomfortable, but I think that like they are profoundly beautiful. Like I don't know, I'm like, it's like a weird, it's like I feel like I'm in Uzumaki right now, and I'm looking at these paintings like they're fucking spirals. I'm like, they are so, I keep looking at all the details and the lines, and I'm like falling into them, and I'm like, oh my God. Like, and I think it's weird because it's like, no matter how, I don't know, like they're here, but the artist is so long gone that we will never truly know anything about them, even though we can learn as much as we can. Like, and I just, again, like, I make no mistake, I think that they're so beautiful, but there's just something so odd about it. It's like a fossil. It's like a skeleton of an entire world gone by. It's like, I am so fucking cheesy. It's like not even funny, but like, you know what I mean? Do you guys feel that way? It's like it's like the bones of what we were, Please take me to fucking drama jail. I gotta go try to find some rocks because I need iron bars. What are they called? Iron nuggets? Was that it? But yeah, no, anytime I can get cheesy about art in general, I will. It's like, how dare anybody say that it's like not essential or that it's not important when it is like literally the one thing that connects like the human fucking existence. Like, it is what makes us human. It is what we started doing when we became human, when we evolved and started to be officially humans. That's like, we started telling stories and shit. It is literally what makes us human. So don't ever let anyone tell you that art is not important, because it is quite literally one of the most important things ever of all time. But yeah, no, I think it's interesting to think about, because we've only ever lived in a world where everyone had access to art history and to being inspired by artists and by all these different styles of the last, few thousand years of humanity. And so it fills me with this eerie feeling when I see that these ancient civilizations, they had like really one central style of art that they would do. And that's how you tell, like, oh, that's an Aztec artifact, or that is a Incan artifact, or that's a Mayan artifact, or that's an Egyptian, because it looks like it, because that's all, like, that was their style. And because there was not a lot of, like, they didn't know anybody else's style, they only knew their own, so they invented it out of thin air. And it's like, that's how they viewed the world. Like, how did I start to think about like all the art stuff, like, just like, because art is such a, it's obviously creative, but it's also, humans started making art and stories and all that stuff to help them, I don't know, to figure out how living in the world made them feel, and how they experienced it, and like, they just get it out on paper. It's like, it's just weird to me. I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, it seems like so far out of what we consider to be the human experience, but like, they are us. We're connected to them, They are what led up to us. And I guess when I look at the art, I feel connected to them, and it makes me uncomfortable. Let me know how it makes you feel to look at this shit. I don't even know how to describe how it makes me feel. I think it's just one of the most, I could just think about it forever. But I do find myself being very, very thankful that I am alive in this time. Sometimes I feel like I should just put my hair up and just say, fuck it. I don't care who I look cute for. I'm not here to fucking impress men. You know what? I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. I don't know where my skirt is. I really don't. I hope it'll be there when I come out. It's not. Love that. Why? Why, I ask? Oh, was I not wearing it? I must not have been. Or maybe I don't know. I took it off, I guess. But now I need to go home and get it again. But I think I like this. I like that my hair is up and out of my fucking face for once. I don't care if I don't look cute. I'm not here to look cute. I'm here to get shit done, which I'm not doing a good job of. I'm just gonna make sure I went in here, and then I think I'm gonna time travel again. So Lexi asked about my favorite things. Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages tied up. See, I can't sing as good because of my COVID. Okay, favorite thing. So she's got actually some specifics, which is really helpful for me because I can't do it. Favorite color, green for sure. Green has always been my favorite color. I actually picked it because I feel like a lot of us get our first like favorite color from like shit like this. So I initially remember distinctively, I went through like a phase where I just wanted to be my dad, to the point where I literally, when I was, I think maybe I was 4, like 4-ish, and I wanted so badly to shave my face because he was obviously, it was something very important to his, you know, his aesthetic, and I wanted to be him. Like I just wanted to embody everything that he did. And so I always, I would be like, can I shave my face? And my parents like, no. And they try to explain it to me, and I'm like, no, you don't get it. Like this is my vision. Like I have to shave my face for this vision to work. I have to. So I literally, so calculating of me. I woke up early with his alarm, and I still remember this. And then I watched him secretly. He was in the bathroom, and I watched him shave just to get kind of one more little feel for how it goes, because nobody's going to teach me. I'm going to have to learn how to do this myself. And then when he left for work, he like left his razor kind of on the counter, and I shaved my chin and obviously cut it wide open. I still have a scar, these like 2 little dashes on my chin, because I just, blood started just everywhere, all out of my chin, because obviously I don't know how to shave. So yeah, I shaved my face. And I still have a scar to this day. I wanted to be my dad. So obviously I was like, Dad, what's your favorite color? He's like, green. And I'm like, same. Wow, it's crazy. But green ended up becoming, like, it earned its rightful spot, you know, because it's just, I love it. It's the color of the trees. When you really get into the ocean out there in the middle of the ocean, that ocean is largely green. I mean, I know it's blue from like far away, but it's so green, dude. There's just so much phytoplankton. Green is just where it's at. It's just a beautiful color. It's very diverse. I love a good like olive green, but I also love pastel greens. Nothing beats like a forest green, you know? I just love green. Lime green is not awesome, but what neon color is, you know? Every color has a neon cousin that we don't really speak to unless we are feeling crazy or going to like a fucking rave or something. So yeah, lime green, I get it. It's not the greatest, but you know what? Neither is like highlighter yellow and like hazmat orange, okay? So your colors aren't very great either when they're neon. Neon is not the best day of anybody's life, okay? And yeah, so love green. You notice how I could have just easily been like green and then just kept going. Instead, I had to literally tell you the origin of why I like the color green, as if it matters. Favorite animal. Y'all already know I can't really actually choose because, of course, I can't. Let's see how many I can like rapid fire, like for science. Okay, so manta rays, sharks, especially basking sharks, whales, sea turtles, especially leatherback sea turtles, snakes, especially the green anaconda, cows. Y'all, if y'all are ever having a breakdown, if you ever need something right away that is critically positive, that you can feel 100% good about, just Google Highland cow and thank me later. Highland cow, the woolly cows. They're woolly cows. They're pure serotonin walking among us. That's what they are. Cephalopods, echinoderms, mantis shrimp, bats. Oh, bats. I don't want to see cats. I don't want to see rats. I just want to see bats. You know I love bats. New Guinea singing dogs, Przewalski horses, ants, especially bullet ants, unless they're on my head. Snails. I love snails. Oh, I love snails. Antelopes, Sega antelopes especially. Snow leopards. Okapis. Tuataras. Frogs. Oh, frogs. All the frogs. Every single fucking frog. I would actually die for a frog. If a frog called me and said, hey, can you please fucking die? I would do it. I swear. I swear to God. Just call me Shane. I love chickens. I love birds. Oh my God. I love toucans. I love cassowaries. I love corvids. I love parrots. I love cockatoos. I love emus. I love rheas. I love alligators. I love crocodiles. I love caimans. I love gharials. I think I'm actually trying to name every single fucking animal in existence. I'm just going to let you know. I love horseshoe crabs. Let me just do one more. Oh, giant marine isopods. Okay. And you know what? I'm probably forgetting so many lovely, amazing animals that I've talked about a million times, but if I don't stop now, I don't know if you think I'm kidding. Like, I will keep going. I promise. And we don't have all day. So, yeah, I just love animals so much. Number 3, flower. Very basic, sunflowers. I love sunflowers. I've always loved sunflowers. I mean, who doesn't? They're beautiful. I'm not going to tell you there's no story. I just think that they are really pretty. I love lots of flowers. The one type of flower I really actually don't love, I mean, I like them in Animal Crossing. I have this thing, and I don't want to like offend anybody, but I really don't like roses at all. I just don't like them. I mean, I like them. They're really pretty. I think what it is, honestly, is I find them really tacky. I know that they're symbolic. I get it. There's symbols and stuff. I'm not even talking about any of that stuff. Like, if you're doing things for symbolic reasons, I love symbolism. Symbolism is always going to be a win for me. So go off if you're like, oh, I got you roses because they symbolize this, which I'm pretty sure that they literally symbolize love. But it just, to me, there is something so tacky. And it's okay if you do this. It's okay if you like it. It's for me. There is something so tacky and something that kind of, it's almost like nails on a chalkboard. When I see the floral arrangements that people get like on Valentine's Day, and it is red roses with those white, what are they, baby's breath or something? You know what I'm talking about? Something about that it invokes like a bad memory. I don't know what it is. It invokes like the 90s, and it's just those baby's breath. I think that maybe my dad got them for my mom one time, and they were all over the place, and I didn't like the texture. Like, it's something like that, like, I just put your back into it, like really pick some cool, there are so many different species of flowers out there. It's like, it's just safe to just not ever really get me roses. But then again, I do like roses. I do like them. I think that they're very pretty in real life. Now that I'm thinking about it, like rose tattoos, there are some really pretty rose tattoos out there. I really like the black and white, like a nice shaded rose tattoo. I love that. I think that's a cool look. And I would like to have like a rose bush. See, I'm doing this. Why couldn't I just say sunflowers and then keep moving? Sunflowers, keep going. Boom, 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 boom. Instead, I'm telling you about like how I have a weird like texture over like stimulation thing with roses. Like, something about the roses, I don't know what it is. Like, I love Beauty and the Beast, so obviously roses are that in that, blah, blah, blah. I just don't know what it is. I just don't really like them. I don't like them as a gift for me. One of the reasons that I love Matt so much is that he worked, when I met him at Kroger, I met him at a grocery store, and he had worked in the floral department before. And so he kind of agreed. He was like, yeah, roses I've started to notice like, wow, we have so many pretty flowers, and yet everybody comes in and gets roses. And it started to kind of be like, damn, like there's so many cool flowers out there. So I was like, yeah, no, please, never. Honestly, I don't want them. Something about it just makes me angry, like so tacky. I don't know why. I just think it's tacky. That's the word that comes into my brain too. It's not even like I don't like it because it invokes a weird memory, which I think that's like the culprit secretly. But when I look at it, I just think it's so tacky. Like, ugh, God, be creative. Anyway, what else do we get on this list here? Article of clothing. I assume that means like type of clothing, not necessarily that I own, but just in general. I love a good dress. Always love a good dress. However, I think just a sweatshirt, especially right now, a sweatshirt, those sweatshirts without the hoods, the not zip pullover sweatshirt, something about it. I just am loving them right now. I have so many. I have too many. Love like embroidered ones. I love them big. Yeah, that's my thing, dude. Is like a big, huge, crusty ass sweatshirt. Honestly, I love a good sweatshirt. Long sleeves. I'm like literally always cold, so I love sweatshirts. I feel like most of the time I'm too cold to wear a t-shirt. 5 is genre of TV show. Favorite genre of TV show. I would say that I think it's just drama. Y'all know me. It's gotta be drama. I love anything with lots of drama. I will say right now, I'm almost watching no TV shows except for one that y'all know I can't do it with this TV show. It is so drama and just so good because it's so freaking cheesy. The emotions are flying. Matt cannot believe it. He's like, no, I don't believe you. But then I literally tell him I'm watching it, and he'll say, okay. And then he comes in at the end, and lo and behold, I am crying because it's on purpose. They make you cry in every episode, and I love it. This Is Us. I absolutely love This Is Us. I don't even care. Like, it's so fucking saccharine, but I love it. I love anything with like a lot of drama. Heavy on the drama for sure. And so that's been, just trying to think of other shows that I have watched that I loved. A lot of people are going to be like, I think I've probably brought this up by now. I don't even like care. It's not like I'm unlike you people. Like I'm not like other girls. Like I just literally, I think I would have loved it. Apparently I probably wouldn't have loved the last season, but I think I will someday get around to watching Game of Thrones, and I probably will love it. Because that's the kind of shit I love. I love Lord of the Rings. It's like one of my favorite things on earth. That kind of shit, like fantasy and stuff. Love that. I watched The Walking Dead for a while, and I liked it because I love horror. It's my favorite genre of most things, I would say. And so it kind of was horror and drama, and I love that. But I stopped watching it when basically everyone else did because I was mad and I just didn't like it anymore. But I just think that they drove it into the ground too, you know, honestly. Vampire Diaries is crazy, but of course I watched it for a while. But it's so crazy. But I love shit like that. I just love, it's lots of drama. One of my first shows that I ever really was into as a little girl, as a kid, as like a young kid, was The OC. Why can't I think of a single show I've ever watched in my life? Oh, Once Upon a Time, I watched that for the first few seasons. That was good at first. And then again, like most of these shows, they just fucking go too far. Like they don't know when to stop or something. I don't know what it is. And then 6, music genre. Hard for me to pick, but I would say that, I mean, I love all types of music, but I would say metal is probably my favorite just because it has the most like emotion. Like it's just something that was all my own, that I kind of discovered on my own, that I kind of kept to myself when I was growing up. It's just very much a part of who I am, whether or not other people like it. You know, I wasn't always the type of metal fan that like always vibed with other metal fans. It took me a long time to find Matt who likes metal, and he's kind of the same way where he's not like an elitist douchebag about it. Because I also, you know, I love metal, and then like literally in the same section of my brain is like everything that One Direction has ever done in their life, everything that Ariana Grande has ever done in her life. Like love a good like pop music right now is amazing right now. It's really good. So yeah, it's all over the place. And then I love like obviously classic stuff, classic rock, I guess you could say. Like before they were even cool, and I hate to even say that, but like one of my like formative bands of my life is Fleetwood Mac because my parents really love them a lot. So it was actually really cool to me to see that they, you know, are getting a lot of love. And a lot of people are kind of discovering them. And speaking of Fleetwood Mac, because I was thinking like, one of the reasons that they got more popular is because of American Horror Story. And I love American Horror Story. But obviously not every season, just the first couple, I guess, you know, right? So look at everybody just going crazy in the town square. Marina and Goose are flying around. What is... Oh, fine. What? You want to leave? Oh, you want mine? Oh, fuck yeah, I wanted to get rid of this. Perfect. Yes, I love you. You're my best friend. You can have it. You don't even have to pay me. Goose. Get out of here. What are you, 5? 5 or 6? Yeah, I remember when I was 5. It's a tough age, Goose. Marina, you're feeding into this? Really? Goose. Can you believe that they do that? It's like one of my favorite, honestly, is one of my favorite things. Look at Goose. Nothing in the world is going to stop him. Look at Leaf. Leaf is like, everybody here's weird. Yep, they sure are. Oh, now Pom Pom's going. Now Pom Pom's going. Amazing. Great. Yeah, they're just best friends all of a sudden. The best man. He really is the best man, isn't he? All right. So, Joe, I love this question. What is your advice for people who are interested in veganism and vegetarianism, but live in areas like the rural South where it's kind of impractical? For example, I cut down a lot of my animal products to reduce consumption. I have specific meatless days, but in my area, they don't stock very many of the vegan alternatives that other people have access to and things like that. My advice is always, first and foremost, that you do not have to be perfect at all. I think that it's much more practical, and I think that it's much better to encourage people to do their best and to just have those meatless days and to just get used to different meatless products. But there's also, of course, so many different things that aren't necessarily the alternatives that you can kind of slowly but surely learn to be more comfortable cooking with. Like tofu is just, it's such a versatile thing. And I used to think I would never be able to learn how to cook it. It actually isn't as hard as I would have ever thought. Like the other day, Matt made this, it was almost like ground beef. He seasoned it with he baked it and crumbled it and seasoned it with like hoisin sauce and like soy sauce and like all these different like really smoky, like, oh, so good. And I was blown away at how good it was and how it just tasted. I don't know, it's just amazing. And you have tofu scramble and you have all different types of baked tofu and pan fried tofu, and it's just so good, and it really can mold to anything. So stuff like that, beans, rice, learning how to cook more meals like with that kind of stuff, quinoa, that stuff can be readily available to everyone. But I get that like just our society in general, I don't know, it's hard to like branch out and to learn how to cook something that you might not have grown up eating and cooking, because it was hard for us for sure. And that's why it was a really gradual shift. I always feel like I'm on the brink of like a breakdown and saying fuck it and starting an ice cream shop. So yeah, give me that. No, honestly, I feel like what you're doing right now is great, because again, you're getting used to different alternatives. You're loosening your dependence on meat and cheese and all that stuff, because I think a lot of us, again, we just get so used to those things that we grew up with. Like I grew up eating everything that you could eat. Meat, cheese, all the time. We had it all. Hardly, I think there was probably a meat with every dinner. You know what I mean? Like I hardly remember a vegan meal that we would ever eat. So it was an adjustment, learning how to cook things that I wasn't used to cooking. And so I would spend a lot of money at restaurants, or just buy the Beyond Burgers or the Boca Burgers and heat them up. But that stuff, I feel, when you again, going nice and slow, not rushing yourself, just trying things, getting comfortable with things. That's the thing I think it derails a lot of people, is when you are like, okay, I'm going vegan, and then you go out and you buy like, and I did this so many times, and I failed every fucking time I did it. I was like, I'm going vegan, and then I went out and bought a bunch of vegan groceries and thought that I was going to be vegan, but it never stuck, because I just didn't, a lot of it, I didn't even end up fucking using all of it, because I didn't know how to cook it. So it's just like, you find a recipe that's vegan and you're like, I want to try that. And then you decide to, like, on a night that you're in the mood, to try to make these quinoa sweet potato burgers, which are kind of complicated, but then you make them and you love them and you want to make them again, and then you slowly but surely learn how to make them. And it's that kind of stuff that sticks, And so my advice is always just to know that no matter what anybody tells you, because they will, especially like there are, again, I say this all the time, there are so many toxic vegans out there that genuinely, I truly believe this, they are their biggest enemy. They are their greatest weapon against veganism. They are the ones who push people away, who make people feel like it's impossible, who make people feel like they can't do it, who make people feel like they're not included, like they're being, these vegans, like that's not something that they ever want to aspire to be like. I think that anyone who tells you that you need to be perfect, that being a vegetarian isn't enough, that's one of the most toxic fucking things imaginable, because that is where you start. It's hard. It's hard to just completely flip your life around. And it will not stick unless you take it easy and gradually, and you are comfortable and you have an arsenal of things that you're comfortable eating and that you're comfortable making. You need food. Food is such a personal thing. There are some people who just will never be able to go vegan, and that is perfectly fine. There are so many reasons. You don't have to explain to anyone why you eat the things that you do. Of course, there are things that I think we all care about, like the environment, like animal exploitation and suffering, that we want to have an impact on. Things are getting better. Like more people than ever before are either going vegan or they are just trying to eat more vegan meals, which is all I could ever ask for. I think we just need to be consuming so much less of it, and that alone is going to have an enormous impact on everything from the environment to these animals' lives. And I think that doesn't have to be like, you don't have to be perfect. It's your choice at the end of the day. But just the fact that you even want to try is amazing and remarkable, and more than a lot of people are willing to do. The fact that you do, have these things get to you and you want to make changes. But just honestly, what I say is like, remember that you are asking a lot of yourself, that this is a big change, that it is something that you're going to stumble in, that you're not going to be perfect in. And just take your time and again, try new things out that aren't necessarily just those, this is quite expensive and sometimes unhealthy meat alternatives and cheese alternatives. Like try out new recipes with beans and quinoa and tofu and rice and seitan and tempeh. There are so many things that I genuinely, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, I come from a big Italian family. We ate meatballs and cheesy Alfredo and manicotti and stuffed shells, and my grandma would make meatloaf stuffed with mashed potatoes and like buttery garlic bread and all that stuff. And there was of course many points in my life where I was like, I can't even imagine myself living without that stuff. But I will say, since we went fully vegan and we started really kind of having an interest in getting into finding new recipes, and Matt got really into cooking. I mean, I can't take much of the credit because Matt he's like blossomed into this amazing cook. And I feel like I say this all the time, and I'm not even kidding, because you guys know I'm honest with y'all. I don't pull any punches. I don't think that it's effective to lie to people. I want you to know what you're getting into, because that's the way that it sticks. And that's like, I genuinely want you to be able to go vegan, or at least eat more vegan food. So wow, everybody's in the town square today. Look at Zell. He is too cool for every single person on this island. He's judging everyone, but he's doing it with like a nice little warm smile on his face. We don't know if he's laughing at us or with us, and honestly, we take either, because just his gaze alone is worth it. Anyway, I just want you guys to know I would never lie to you, because I, again, want this to stick. I want this to be good advice. I have never eaten better than I eat now as a vegan. I've never enjoyed food more. I've never gotten more out of food. I've never, like, there's just, I think with all of the, I don't know, we try new things, we cook new things, and instead of just popping something frozen in the microwave, like, we cook and we eat, and it's so good, and it's not like, you know, a lot of it isn't that those crazy, like, you know, alternatives. Like, we don't live on Boca burgers and Beyond sausages and stuff like that. We just cook real food that comes from the earth, and it feels so good, and it's so delicious. Like, we don't want for anything, because anything we could ever want. I have fucking Ben & Jerry's right now. Ben & Jerry's fucking fudge brownie chocolate ice cream, literally waiting for it to melt a little, because I'm weird and I like it a little bit melted, not like melted, but just I like it really soft, like soft serve. So I'm waiting for it to melt, and then I'm going to eat this entire fucking thing. I don't want for shit. But anyway, that stuff does not happen overnight. The whole, like, finding this arsenal of food and eating great, it was clunky for us for many, many months. Again, we took our time. We were both vegetarian for a while. I was vegetarian for years. It is not something that is easy to do. And I will be the first to tell you that. It is a huge life adjustment. Be gentle with yourself. Go easy on yourself. And don't listen to people who tell you that you have to be perfect, that it has to be all or nothing. That is the most damaging thing for the vegan movement. And vegans themselves are the most guilty party when it comes to making veganism look bad. They do it so fucking well. Like, it's crazy. They can't, I don't know. It's just, and there's not all vegans are like that at all. The vegans that I surround myself with tons and tons of vegans. Obviously, like, it's a big, you know, a community that I feel really good about being in, and it's something I'm very proud of, and it's a huge part of our life. And I've never personally met any of the ones that are like that they've come close to my life, but I obviously see them all the time online and in the communities that we engage in. And I think that they are the most reprehensible. Like, they're so awful. They're awful because they expect everybody to be perfect. They expect everybody to be able to do it the exact way they did. And it's very, it can be so fucking toxic when they, you know, they do some bad stuff. So I just want you guys to know that people who are comparing, you know, who try to hijack civil rights movements, for example, block that person. That is not, veganism needs to go hand in hand with humanism. We need to take care of each other before we can take care of the rest of the fucking planet. You know, we haven't even learned how to do that right yet. And the fact that people still don't even have, you know, all the rights that they need. I want animals to be treated better. Of course I do. But I think that you cannot be ethically vegan without thinking about people too, and thinking about empowering people. And I think if you want it to be more accessible, you know, that's something that me and Matt would love to do someday, is just to try to, I don't know, find ways to make veganism more accessible to people. Because a lot of there's just so many layers. It's so complex. Yeah, I mean, like you were saying, like it has a lot to do with where you live. It has a lot to do with what your socioeconomic status is. Like, and these militant vegans who claim that you have to be all or nothing, they don't care if they invalidate people who have sensory dietary needs. They don't care if they invalidate ED survivors. They don't care if they invalidate people who have literal health, like, sensitivities to soy or to vegetables. They don't care if they invalidate people who are in poverty. They don't care. They don't care. And it's really gross and disgusting. And so just let me be at least one vegan out there who says that you are valid, that you're doing great, and that, again, you don't have to explain your diet to anyone. And then I am so proud of each and every one of you for taking care of yourselves in the ways that you know how to. And if you decide to eat less meat, to eat less dairy, to eat less whatever, and you decide to do your best, or you decide to go fully vegan and do it for life, or you decide to go vegetarian or pescatarian or have a meatless day once a week and then twice a week. Maybe I'll start drinking almond milk. Maybe I'll start getting the Beyond Burger when I go to this restaurant instead of the beef burger. That's amazing. Your heart is beautiful and I love you. It is something to take slow. It's something to explore. It's something to have fun with, to have it be like, you don't have to, I think that the moment that you take it so seriously, I mean, it's your own journey. So like, if you do want to take it seriously, if you want to be like very strict about it, go for it. If that's what empowers you, but know more than anything that you don't have to, that you can take your time. It's nobody's business how perfect you are or how much of a vegan you are. Do it for yourself before you do it. Everybody's like, oh, do you do it for the animals? Do you do it for the environment? And all that stuff is beautiful. It's a beautiful concept to do it for the animals, to do it for the environment. I do it for all those reasons. But another thing that people never consider, it seems selfish, but it's like, you got to take care of yourself. To do it for yourself, do it for your health. Do it because you're going to feel better. Like, I'm going to leave you with this little tidbit to think on. It's not propaganda. I'm not trying to sway you. I don't push it on anybody. This is just kind of a fun fact. Most people don't know this. 65% of the entire world's population of human beings, like you and I, are lactose intolerant. They cannot digest lactose. 65% at least. And in some demographics, it's up to 80, 90, 100% of a population are lactose intolerant. People cannot digest lactose. Like the calcium, for example, comes from plants. The only reason that we get it from milk is because cows eat plants. Protein comes from plants. The only reason we get it from meat is because cows and the animals that we eat plants. So you can get everything that you need from the earth and from these foods, but you do have to know what you're doing and you do have to have a balanced diet, and that can take time. So don't end up making it so that you're not healthy, so that you're not getting the nutrients you need. Everybody in the world needs a vitamin B12 and a vitamin D supplement because we are not getting enough of it, period, in our everyday lives, even if you eat meat. So that's a good thing to get started on. But yeah, I think my biggest thing is really just to go easy on yourself. Take your time, take it at your own pace, get comfortable with it, learn how to cook a few things, learn your go-tos, and just kind of do what you can. I think that I'm inspired by everybody who just does what they can every day. I really am. All right, that's where I think I'm going to end it for today. We still have plenty of stuff. We still got the butterfly garden to do. We still have maybe the basement, the bathroom, everything basically. I also want to just quickly say, first and foremost, thank you so much for even entertaining my weird ass. I just can't even fathom that this is happening to me, that this is something that I'm able to do. It is the honor of my life to just be able to make these videos and know that people are going to care and watch them. It means more than I can even put into words. That's probably why I don't often put it into words, because I'm so cheesy and I just have a hard time with stuff like that. But I want you to know that I genuinely do, every single act of every nice comment, you guys make me so happy. You're the joy in my life, for real, one of the biggest sources of joy. And I really feel like I've met, I just feel like I've said this before, but I feel like I just have found out that I have thousands of soulmates, and it's kind of cool. And I really feel like when you comment things that you're really my friends, it's really weird. And I just hope that they have a hotel room big enough for all of us when we have our sleepover. Thanks for watching, letting me just kind of be myself. This is the greatest gift that you could give me, is just to give me a platform to be myself. I think this came out pretty good. Look at this. Can you believe I made this? I just kind of put it together. I think it's a little cluttered. I don't know if I like it yet. I think I want something here, but then I don't, but then I do. I don't know. We'll see. It's a work in progress. This whole damn island and house is a work in progress. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys, and I'll have more stuff coming very soon, and I will see you in the next one.